Welcome back to the homestead. Today we're going to make banana bread, but we're doing it a little different because we're going to do it with freeze-dried bananas and freeze-dried eggs. So our recipe calls for 2 1/3 cups of mashed ripe bananas. I'm not quite sure exactly how this is going to constitute, so this will be a little bit of an experiment. Right now we have about 2 1/2, almost 3 cups of dried banana. I have a feeling we're going to need a bit more than that. We're going to throw it into the blender and make it into a powder, and then we'll reconstitute it and see if we need to add some more. All right, so now we have basically banana powder. It's got a few chunks in it. That's okay, because those will just be little chunks of banana in our banana bread if they don't get smashed up any further. And I usually leave my bananas a little chunky for banana bread anyway. This is mostly just to help it rehydrate faster. You could rehydrate it from a whole banana chunk like we started with, but it takes longer. So that came out to about 1 1/2 cups of dry banana so far. So we're going to add some water to it and see what it reconstitutes up to. So you can see that's really reconstituting nicely. It definitely has the mashed banana texture. And because there are a lot of dry lumps in this, I'm going to let it have a little bit of extra time to sit on the counter. And we're going to put in a little more water. So we're going to give this about 3 to 5 minutes to sit and reconstitute. I'm going to get us a little bit more banana because we are short on banana for the recipe. That did stay about the same 1 1/2 cups as we had powder. So basically when you reconstitute it from a powdered form, it's going to be pretty close to the amount that you're going to get of mashed banana. So we have our 2 1/3 cups of banana that's been sitting there rehydrating. We have our 3/4 cup of brown sugar, our 1/2 cup of butter, and we're going to reconstitute our eggs. So if you remember from our previous video, 2 tablespoons of egg equals 1 egg. We need 2 eggs, so we need 4 tablespoons of egg powder. And to rehydrate that, we need an equal amount of water. So here I have 4 tablespoons of water. So we'll mix that together and we'll allow it to sit while we cream together our butter and our sugar. we've combined our butter and our brown sugar. Now to our flour. We've got 2 cups of flour here. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to go ahead and combine our eggs and our bananas with our sugar mixture. You can see our eggs are pretty much fully reconstituted. There's a few little chunks in there. Because we're baking this, the moisture will bake back into it, and it's really not a big deal if it doesn't look perfectly smooth. You just want it mostly rehydrated. You can see even the yolk that isn't very well rehydrated there is already quite squishy. So this will be just fine to use in baking, just like this. Combined, and then we can begin to add our dry ingredients. Make sure to incorporate all the flour off the edges of the bowl. I guess I should have used the stand mixer for this. It's a little robust for this poor hand mixer. So we'll just go ahead and finish mixing this by hand. This is a new recipe for banana bread that I have not tried before, and the batter does seem very thick to me. And with all the reconstituted product, I'm going to go ahead and add just a bit more water because I think that we may be getting some absorption from the bananas, even though I thought they were pretty well rehydrated. So I do suppose that it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve and a little bit of a guess and check to get the quantities right as far as how much water you need to reconstitute bananas. That's looking a slightly better consistency to me. So we're gonna go ahead and put this into our loaf pan. We've preheated our oven to 350 degrees. And this banana bread is going to bake for 60 to 65 minutes at that temperature. So we'll get it nice and spread out in the pan. And in the oven it goes. We'll bring you back when that's done and show you how our loaf turned out. All right, so we're about to take the banana bread out of the oven and see how it's turned out. It looks really good. So we're going to give it a few minutes to cool and we'll come back and cut it. Hopefully it tastes as good as it looks. We're going to remove our banana bread from the pan and cut it, and then we'll have Ryan give it a little taste test. It feels nice and soft. It's got a good crust to it. And the inside looks good. All right, so here is our taste tester and our banana bread.
Tastes like banana bread.
Thank you for the resounding endorsement there.
I taste no difference than regular banana bread, so.
Thanks for watching our banana bread video. We hope that you've enjoyed seeing how some of the freeze-dried ingredients can be utilized to make a fresh product. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe.